Hello viewers, I'm your host Shivangi Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show with India's Republic Day celebration, where French President Emmanuel Macron attended the event as the chief guest. India and France have had a strong and robust defense partnership. There's a rich history of cooperation in the field of space for over 50 years between ISRO and the French space agency CNES. France remains a major supplier of components and equipment for the Indian space program. Take a look.
India celebrated its 75th Republic Day on 26 January 2024. This year, French President Emmanuel Macron was the chief guest. President Draupadi Murmu unfurled the national flag at Kartavya Path in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other dignitaries. The theme of the Republic Day was Viksit Bharat and Bharat Loktantra Ki Matrika. Numerous tableaus showcased India's rich history, culture and tradition. The cultural pageantry of the Republic Day included vibrant folk dance performances and patriotic songs. This year's top attractions included a women's tri-service group parade, a French contingent to join the Republic Day parade, 6 Indians to join the French military team in the Republic Day parade.
This year, as you know, that the motto is Nari Shakti. So here, various women contingents are taking part. So we can see a wide variety of contingents which are taking part. Be it the band, be it the tri-services contingent, be it the MNS contingent, which is also marching for the first time, be it the Navy, Air Force. So all the contingents have the women officers in it commanding. So it's very proud for our fraternity that we are getting this chance. And as you can see here, all are very excited and very motivated to do this parade on the Kartavya Path on the Republic Day.
Emmanuel Macron, the President of France, had arrived in India's Jaipur city just a day before to be the chief guest at Republic Day parade. He was later joined by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the tour of historical sites. Macron's visit comes just a year after the two countries marked the 25th anniversary of strategic partnership.
India and France share a strong bilateral relationship driven by common values and shared aspirations. Thales is proud to be walking alongside India's growth story, typically over the last 7 decades and beyond. India has an excellent market for Thales and specifically for the segments that we operate in, which is defense, aviation, digital identity and security solutions. As we celebrate the Republic Day with President Macron as the chief guest or guest of honor, and he's the 5th French president to be invited to the Republic Day, this is a strong indication of the ties between the two countries.
India and France have had a strong and robust defense partnership. Bilateral defense cooperation between the two sides is reviewed under Annual Defense Dialogue and High Committee on Defense Cooperation. Our DRDO office was opened in the embassy in 2023 for strengthening technology cooperation. There's a rich history of cooperation in the field of space for over 50 years between ISRO and the French space agency CNES. France remains a major supplier of components and equipment for the Indian space program. The leaders of both India and France have had a tradition of joining each other's National Day parades. Macron is the 6th French president to be India's chief guest at the Republic Day celebrations. Last July, PM Modi was the guest of honor at the Bastille Day celebrations and parade in France.
A large number of Tibetan Uyghur activists on January 23rd organized a protest against the human rights violations being committed by China. The protest was held at Broken Chair in front of United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva. In the name of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, security establishment in China has increased interference in the Xinjiang province. On the other hand, Islamabad-Beijing friendship is exploiting the natural resources in Pakistan's Balochistan province. Pakistan is turning Gwadar and other coastal areas of Balochistan into a Chinese stronghold. A report.
A large number of Tibetan and Uyghur activists organized a protest against China outside the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva on January 23rd. The protest occurred during the 45th session of the Universal Periodic Review at the United Nations. The protesters were carrying banners reading "Decolonize Tibet, China out of Tibet" and "Shame on China." A poster exhibition was also held to highlight human rights violations in Tibet and Xinjiang.
It is a good step, I believe, because 2018 Third Circle only 14 countries raised the Uyghur issue, but this time more than 31 countries. But 2018, there is no big evidence. Nobody knows because China had successfully hiding this reality. But after that, last 5-6 years, so many leaked document was published. A lot of media document was published. Come survivor made testimony. A lot of international scholar, independent scholar made statement, and also UN High Commissioner report were released. In this situation, only 30 countries speaking out, another 130, more than 130 countries, and they close the eyes, blind eyes, and don't speak out. Even some of them is they give high price to the Chinese government on the name developed. So it is mean China very successfully doing its disinformation campaign around the world and use its economic power, and economic power and diplomatic power, trying to hide its crime.
During China's third Universal Periodic Review in November 2018, China received 346 recommendations from 150 countries and accepted 284 of them, with many questionably noted as accepted and already implemented. Despite a seemingly high acceptance rate, China broadly rejected recommendations on the rights of Uyghurs and Tibetans. Beijing rejected cooperation with the UN and restricted UN access to all regions of the country. Since 2018, mounting human rights abuses have been largely documented by a range of UN human rights bodies.
Uyghurs and Tibetans is not just a regional concern, but a global echo calling for justice, dignity, respect, and for human rights. In conclusion, as we stand together here today, at this critical juncture, let us remember that the Universal Periodic Review is more than a diplomatic engagement. It is a moral obligation. We are entrusted with the responsibility to uphold the principles of human rights, to advocate for the silence, and to ensure that no individual or community is left behind. Let this UPR be a testament to our unwavering commitment to these ideals.
Human rights groups believe China has detained more than 1 million Uyghurs against their will over the past few years in a large network of what the state calls re-education camps, and sentenced hundreds of thousands to prison terms. Moreover, on the name of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, security agencies and the army establishment have increased interference in the matters of civilian administration in Xinjiang. Pak-China coalition is exploiting people living on the both sides of the border. Pakistan is turning Gwadar and other coastal areas of Balochistan into a Chinese stronghold that has the largest concentration of military cantonments and bases in the region. International observers say China is influencing the security policies of Pakistan in the region. They have been instructing Islamabad to get rid of the local people in the Gwadar region, where the multi-billion flagship project CPEC culminates. Pakistan, which is already under massive Chinese debts, has no option but to follow commands.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
Basic aim of this act is banning and discouraging social media activities, especially among the young crowd who are currently put their strong opinions and strong protests against this current government and their activities.
President ran visibility and leaving local residents complaining about chilly conditions. Several flights to and from Pakistan were delayed or diverted due to fog on January 24.
सूरज निकल नहीं रहा धुंध बड़ी है ਉਹਦੇ ਬਚਾਓ ਲਈ ਬੜੇ 3-3 4-4 ਜੱਸੀਆਂ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਸਾਰੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 3-3 2-2 ਬੱਚੇ ਬਿਮਾਰ ਨੇ
Fog has also
Asia's largest civil aviation event, Wings India 2024, successfully concluded on January 21st. The 4-day spectacular event provided a perfect platform for splendid aircraft displays, engaging sessions comprising industry leads and captivating air shows. At the event, a large number of pavilions and exhibitions by airport operators, airlines, MROs, GHAs, FTOs and various industry partners showcased the comprehensive vision and robust future of India's civil aviation sector.
Asia's largest civil aviation event was recently held in India from January 18 to January 21st. The 4-day spectacular event, Wings India 2024, was successfully organized at Begumpet Airport in the country's southern city of Hyderabad.
Domestic traffic.
The theme was Connecting India to the World in Amrit Kaal, setting the stage for Indian civil aviation at 2047. The event provided a platform for splendid aircraft displays, engaging sessions and captivating air shows. It took place in the backdrop of record domestic air traffic growth in India in 2023. The event showcased India's strengths in the aviation space and its rise as the third largest civil aviation market in the world.
In the last 10 years, the democratization of civil aviation has taken place. Every single citizen must have the ability to fly in an aircraft. And therefore my sector, the civil aviation sector, our sector in India, is characterized by 3 A's: accessibility, availability, and affordability. That symbolizes the character of Indian civil aviation across the world.
At the event, a large number of pavilions and exhibitions by airport operators, airlines and various industry partners showcase the comprehensive vision and robust future of India's civil aviation sector. By exhibiting at the event, companies attempted to significantly increase their visibility within the industry and gain exposure to a global audience. Wings India proved to be an excellent platform for networking and establishing connections with key stakeholders in the aviation sector. The event allowed companies to showcase their latest products, services, technologies and innovations to a targeted audience. The companies demonstrated the capabilities and advantages of their offerings while attracting potential customers. At the event, visitors of all age groups were excited about the aesthetic display of aircraft by various airlines. The aviation enthusiasts praised the efforts of Indian government to facilitate air travel in the country.
उड़ान स्कीम उड़े देश का आम नागरिक, इससे हमारा एयरपोर्ट्स अभी नियरली इट रीच टू द काउंट ऑफ 75 to 80 एयरपोर्ट्स. Thereafter, Gagan scheme, GPS-aided geo-navigation portal, as well as fully biometric loaded entry without any human or any personal security scheme. These all inventions led to fast and more reliable, seamless travel in aviation industry. This modernization is really very happy, and we are seeing that recent days, the travel becomes so seamless. So many are affording.
The highlight of the 4-day event was the captivating air shows presented by the Sarang helicopter team, whose performance during the air show left the audience spellbound. The whirling blades and synchronized maneuvers painted the sky with a captivating display, making it an unforgettable experience. The visitors were seen capturing the breathtaking air show and admiring the impressive wide-bodied jets showcased at the event. The holy city of Ayodhya in India hosted the consecration ceremony of Ram Mandir, a temple that took decades to plan and construct. For many people in India and beyond, the ceremony at a place which is believed to be the birthplace of Lord Ram was an emotional occasion. The epic Ramayana is highly regarded in the Southeast and South Asian cultures, so the event offered a way forward for India and the neighbouring countries. A report.
The week marked the consecration ceremony of Ram Mandir, a temple planned and built over decades in India's holy city of Ayodhya. The temple consecration at the site that is believed to be the birthplace of Lord Ram was an emotional event for many in India and beyond. The event offered a way forward for India and the neighbouring countries, as the epic Ramayana is highly regarded in the Southeast and South Asian cultures. While Nepal's Janakpur is considered goddess Sita's birthplace, the Ayodhya kingdom of Thailand is considered to be named after Ayodhya of the Ramayana. The ancient city is linked with Ramakien, the Thai version of the Hindu epic. Therefore, after performing the much-awaited ceremony in Ayodhya, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, "The Ram belongs to everyone."
राम सिर्फ हमारे नहीं है, राम तो सबके हैं। राम वर्तमान नहीं, सिर्फ वर्तमान ही नहीं, राम अनंत काल है। साथियों, आज जिस तरह राम मंदिर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के इस आयोजन से पूरा विश्व जुड़ा हुआ है, उसमें राम की सर्वव्यापकता के दर्शन हो रहे हैं।
As per legend, South Korea has historical ties with Ayodhya. Queen Hyo Hwang-ok of Korea is believed to be a princess of Ayodhya who traveled to the East Asian nation in 48 AD to marry Korean King Kim Suro. There's a memorial for the princess in Ayodhya on the west bank of the river Saryu, which was inaugurated in 2001. India and South Korea had signed an agreement in 2000 to develop Ayodhya and Gimhae as sister cities. Cambodia is another country where Ramayana finds its presence. Built in the 12th century by King Suryavarman II, the Angkor Wat temple complex in Cambodia has murals depicting the Ramayana. Similarly, Ramayana bridges India's cultural and spiritual synchronicity with Sri Lanka. With a very engaging and beautiful story at its core, Ramayana is celebrated in different versions in different countries.
The world is divided into two types of people. Those who are going to fall in love with India and those who already have. And I guess, I belong to the second type. And so, it is a great honor and pleasure to join you tonight to celebrate the 75th Republic Day of India and the inauguration of the Grand Temple, Ram Mandir, in the holy city of Ayodhya. On behalf of the Taiwan government, I would like to extend my congratulations to the people and government of India on this very special occasion.
Hindu and Buddhist communities in Southeast Asian nations are finding religious solace in the Ram Temple's opening. It has the potential to revive the cultural and religious ties between Southeast Asia and India. Analysts believe that the temple will contribute to Delhi's soft power projections in parts of the region.
Symbolizing justice and path of rightness, Lord Ram belongs to the entire humanity. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.